The next model I would like to talk with you about is the MC A90. This was our celebration model, our anniversary model for our 90th anniversary. We have a tradition for making these anniversary models. For our 85th anniversary, we had the SPU 85. For our 80th anniversary, we had the Jubilee. So what makes this model special? What makes MC A90 special?
Well, a lot of things. When I was going to make this cartridge, I needed some kind of starting point, some kind of inspiration. Of course, the MC Winfeld was very popular, and so the MC Winfeld was an obvious starting point. So looking at the MC Winfeld, this was all about sort of how could I make things better? This control and this really analytical sound, I wanted to do more of that. So this was about now taking the MC Winfeld as the cartridge and then start to take away unnecessary parts. Sort of strip away some parts, so I really had it, and then I took away some parts, and that was good. I was happy about that, but then, wow, now it was falling apart along the way. So I had to sort of redesign along the way. So this was all about sort of removing unnecessary parts and redesigning along the way in order to get sort of a body, you could call it a naked design, with only the necessary parts.
And do you have that possibility? Do you have that body, or did you need to redesign also the material for this body?
Well, it's of course we could have used the same material as we used for the MC Winfeld, but I was really looking for something else for this one. It would be interesting to go a different direction. I was sort of lucky to have a meeting at Technologisk Institute, and those engineers had something to show me. So they took me, come on, let's see, I will show you some new parts that we made. And then they showed me some metal parts that has been printed on the new machine by using this selective laser melting technology. And I said, wow, this is interesting. So this is a very different way of making a metal part.
And could you already here see a potential for also improving the sound or the performance of the cartridge?
Yeah, it turned out that there was a good potential. But first of all, I of course could see this freedom of design. But by using this kind of selective laser melting, you could then build up the part layer by layer instead of taking a sort of solid part of metal and then removing things. So this was more building it up. But building it up layer by layer, it was also possible to have an internal structure. And this is of course not possible if you have a solid part that you start out. But so it could have a internal structure, and in that structure I could build in some damping.
I know you have a video where you demonstrate the SLM technology and the benefits.
Yeah, so I have these two parts. So these are two MC A90 bodies produced by SLM technology. One of them is made as a really solid metal part, and the other one is made with an internal structure, damping, which is like it's in the MC A90. So we have this demonstration video where I have these two parts, and then I drop them one by one on a hard surface, and then you can clearly hear the difference in sound. If you drop the solid one, it's really like a metal part. If I drop the other part, which is with damping, it's also a little bit metal-like, but you can really hear a damped sound. So this is what it's all about. So we have this part with really nice damping.
Wow, you could really hear the difference between those two houses, and I'm sure that's easy to see the benefits for the end user, or hear the benefit from the end user.
Yeah, it's I've been having these for shows for many years, and
I also know you have a fun story about this.
Yeah, it's first time I was demonstrating this for somebody was at the Munich High-End show many years ago. So it was in fact Michael Framer. So I asked him to please come with me. I need to find a place with a hard surface. So we went outside the show and we found a nice hard surface. And then I dropped them one by one, and he was really amazed. Wow, this is amazing. I did it again. So when I talk to him, he's still remembering that, is still amazed about it. This is a really good demonstration of what is possible to do.
We have a very unique body with dampening effects performance. What else did you put into this A90?
It was inspired by the MC Winfeld, so I'm also using the Replicant 100 here, still boron cantilever, field stabilizing element, and wide range damping system. So all the good components that we had from the MC Winfeld. I needed a part to cover and protect the coil wires, and in order to do that, I designed a rubber part to cover them. And that rubber part we then made in a special rubber, thermoplastic elastomer, that also has damping properties. So it was just a stupid part, but we sort of turned around into be an active part of the cartridge.
So you have all these unique components. We have a special dampening house, we have special dampening materials, we have a high performing stylus. What does it sound like?
Really analytic cartridge, really analytic. To some customers and to some reviewers, I remember, it was much too analytic because it was really over the top. They thought it was too harsh, they would even say. But most of the reviewers and most of the users were really happy about it. Some of the reviewers even said that this is a revolution.
Well, I can also confirm from a sales point of view that this was groundbreaking. This was really positioning us into the high-end market. And it was sold out so fast and in a limited model. We still have people who want to buy this. It really was groundbreaking for us.